Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvaldo Grim here, and today we are going to go over yet another Injustice 2 mobile build guide. We are going to be talking about one of my favorite legendaries, Arkham Knight Batman. Going forward into this video, you will need to keep in mind that all the calculations will be made for maxed out Arkham Knight Batman. By maxed out I mean 6 stars, level 70, epic talents and level 60 gears with high rolls. But after each section I will add 2 additional steps. One is to change your build if you don't have a 6-star Arkham Knight Batman, because he's a legendary and you might as well have him at 4-star or 5-star, and you're gonna be missing talents. And the second thing is that I will tell you what to change in the build if you are going for a level 70 gears build on him. I made my guide for level 60 gears because that is where most people consider them maxed. After the build I will have a section for team comps, artifacts, so make sure to stick till the end for that. I put a lot of work into this video, so if you find it helpful, make sure to show your support and subscribe for more. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first build that we are going to talk about is the full tank build. This build is made for being unkillable in Arena and Champions Arena. Arkham Knight Batman is already very tanky from his passive that gives him a lot of defense and more than doubles his base health. With his passive and level 60 helmet piece, you will have maxed out defense without putting any talent or gear bonus into it. As he's tanky enough already, this build brings it a step up, getting him at the highest health possible while also having max defense and max resistances. In order to go for this build, you will need to have the following: 4 epic resistance talents, 2 health epic talents, 15 high health gear rolls, and if you are going to have him maxed as I described in the beginning, you are going to have 89,688 HP, 75% defense and 75% resistances, and 3,791 attack. If you do not have a 6-star Arkham Knight Batman and you are missing talents, just drop the health talents. If you are going for level 70 gears instead of 60 for this specific build, there's absolutely nothing you need to do differently. This build is made for Arena and Champions Arena, but can be also used in raids if you use Arkham Knight Batman as a setup character for Heartbreaker Harley Quinn. Now we're going to go over the full attack build. Arkham Knight Batman has a very high base attack and he is not dependent on survival defensive stats, since his passive got him covered. That allows us to go for the max attack build. This build will allow you to deal the highest amount of damage in Arena and Champions Arena at high levels of play, since crit damage and crit chance would be a waste, as most opponents at high level of play have crit resistance. This build can also be used to fight Phase 2 and Captain Cold in raids, as they are too immune to critical damage, but don't expect a huge damage. In order to build this, you will need to have the following: 6 attack epic talents and 15 gear attack high rolls. If your Arkham Knight Batman is maxed, your final stats will be 8,278 attack, 75% defense, 48,692 health. If you have him at 4 stars, you will simply be missing 2 attack talents, but this is no big deal. If you want to take it to level 70 gears, there is nothing that you need to change. On top of that, this build can also be easily used in raids as a setup for Heartbreaker Harley Quinn. Now we're going to get into the critical damage build. This build is meant for as high damage as possible in raids. It can be also used without a problem in Arena, and out of all builds I think this is the most versatile and desirable. The only downside is that in raids you can't hit Phase 2 and Captain Cold, and in Arena the stats you invested into critical chance and critical damage will go to waste against an opponent that has critical resistance. Other than that, this is the build that has the potential to deal the highest damage of all the builds on this list. In order to go for this build, you will need to have the following: 5 crit damage talents, 1 crit chance talent, 4 crit chance gear high rolls, 11 gear high attack rolls, and if you manage to max it out, you will have the following: 295% crit damage, 73% crit chance, 6541 attack, 75% defense, 48,692 HP. If you don't have a 6-star Arkham Knight Batman and you are missing talents, you will need to move the crit damage missing on your gears and replace some of the attack rolls until you have maximum crit, max crit chance and maximum max crit damage. So basically you replace attack on your gears until with crit chance and crit damage until you have maximum or close to maximum. For level 70 gears, you will need to swap one crit damage and one crit chance from your runes and gears in between them. Like you'll need to move one crit damage talent, you'll need to move it into gears and get one crit damage over to gears, and in the place of that one crit damage, you'll move one crit chance into talents in order to get the most optimal result. Even though this build is made for raids, it can perform very well in the arena, and in my opinion is the best build to set up for Heartbreaker Harley Quinn because Arkham Knight Batman is tanky enough by nature, and this build will just result in additional overall damage while you set up for the stun. Now we're going to go over the balanced arena build. This build, as the full tank build, is made strictly for arena and champions arena and will perform suboptimal in raids, but very well in arena and champions arena. The aim of this build is to make Arkham Knight Batman do as much damage as possible while having very good tank stats. With this build you will rarely run into something that kills you before you kill it. The build goes like this: 3 resistances talents, 3 attack talents, 10 attack high rolls on your gears, 5 health high rolls on your gears, and if maxed out you will end up with 60% resistances, 75% defense, 6,659 attack, and 61,192 HP. If your Arkham Knight Batman is not 6 stars, then you will need to keep only 3 resistance talents and add 1 defense talent instead of an attack talent. If you are going for level 70 gears, there is nothing that you need to change. This build can also be used very well in raids as a setup for Heartbreaker Harley Quinn. Now we're going to get into team comps, and the most used team comp for Arkham Knight Batman that you already heard me bragging about after every single build in raids is the setup with Heartbreaker Harley Quinn, because her passive makes her deal increased damage to stun targets, and Arkham Knight Batman has a chance to stun raid bosses. Other than that, Harley Quinn is an agility hero and she benefits from the health and defense buff that Arkham Knight provides, and on top of that, she also benefits from the increase in dot damage that Arkham Knight Batman provides, as her main damage is dot. Overall, the synergy is perfect, and these two together with Entangling Poison Ivy make arguably the best raid team right now. Another common use for Arkham Knight Batman is with Black Manta and Brainiac. The three of them form an almost unstoppable arena and champions arena team, as Arkham Knight Batman busts both of them since they are tech and benefits from all the buffs of his passive, and they also all receive buffs from Brainiac because they are legendary. If you are going for arena, you can't go wrong with this team. I have seen this team also used in raids, but most people replace Arkham Knight Batman with Justice League The Flash, since Arkham Knight Batman is needed for the Harley Quinn team that I've mentioned previously. And an honorable mention is an underrated team with Arkham Knight Batman that I'm using in Champions Arena, and is the Justice League Arkham Knight Batman team. And this is with Arkham Knight Batman along with Justice League Cyborg and Justice League Batman, and they can be a fearsome force because they both benefit from his passive that grants them defense and health, and if they are covered from that point of view, you are gonna be able to build them full damage and get amazing results in Champions Arena and Arena. In terms of artifacts, the most optimal artifact for Arena and Champions Arena is the Anti-H Metal Armor, since it boosts your health by a lot, and on top of that, since Arkham Knight Batman is a legendary, he also gets that amazing splash damage passive. In terms of raids, if you are using him as the damage dealer, use all blades because it's the most overpowered artifact at the moment. You can also use Claws of Horus if you are hitting phase 2 or Scarecrow. In terms of being the setup for Heartbreaker Harley Quinn, you could use Cosmic Staff as most combo builder do, but with any of the builds you are gonna be too tanky to die, so I suggest you use Claws of Horus instead for additional damage. This was all, guys. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, let me know. I read all comments, so make sure to post your requests for future videos or any questions about Injustice 2 you might have. I also do my best to answer all of them. That was all. See you in the next one.